Welcome in, everyone. Matt McSports Fix back on the web airwaves here, powered by newvisions.com. I'm Matt McClusky, the host, and we have a great show again this week for you. We'll hit up some sectional lacrosse, sectional softball, baseball, and even talk a little Watertown Rams. Season is around the corner. Actually, it's next week, so we will get to all of that. But first, let's start with girls lacrosse from the Carrier Dome on Tuesday. And unfortunately, it was the end of the line for two powerhouses here in the North Country, Watertown and South Jeff, both meeting their demise, so to speak, for the season. You see the scores. Again, these were at the Dome. CBA took down Watertown in Class B, 17-10. It sounds bad, but remember, last year, these two teams played in the same final, and the score then was 22-4. Watertown was actually much more involved in this game. In fact, only down 5 at the half. Unfortunately, though, CBA is, again, just a gigantic power statewide and ran through the Cyclones there. And the other game you could see on the screen was South Jeff in Class C. The Spartans actually beat General Brown the Friday before to get to the finals, and unfortunately ran into another buzzsaw in Skinny Atlas, the top seed in Class C. Two great games. The scores are not indicative of how the games actually went. South Jeff, for its game, was only down 3 at the half. Unfortunately, the Lakers just steamrolled from there on out. And again, that ends the season now. Boys lacrosse all done, has been for about a week and a half. Girls lacrosse at the Dome on Tuesday also ending, unfortunately. But again, Watertown, a great year, back to the finals, just like they were last year, the Cyclones. And the Spartans made the first ever trip for that program to a finals in sectional lacrosse. Congrats, both of them. Well-deserved, great seasons. And again, we'll cover more of it next season. We're one of the few shows that will actually spend time on lacrosse, local lacrosse especially, but it is fascinating, exciting, and there were some great games, great storylines this year. Really a lot of fun. Look forward to next season. Let's hit a quick commercial break. After this, we'll talk sectional softball and baseball. Teams from the North Country dwindling down. We're getting to just basically a handful left, but still great chances at sectional crowns. In fact, we have one team that has a sectional crown in its pocket already. We'll talk about it next with more Matt McSports Fix, powered by newvisions.com. And we are back. Thank you again for logging on wherever you may be. And remember, this is a show that can be accessed from anywhere. So tell your friends, help us out, help us help you with this program each and every week. Now let's talk a little diamond action, softball and baseball in Section 3. And as I said before the commercial break, things are not looking so good. Majority of teams done from our area in baseball and softball, but we have a couple left, and we have chances for titles. In fact, let's focus in a little bit on Class C for South Louis. The Falcons took down Pulaski earlier this week for the Class C1 title. So congratulations to the Falcons. Great game, by the way. It was a 3-2 final. Falcons actually had to score a run late to get the win. It was an inside-the-park home run by Sean Loomis. Exciting, great story, and the Falcons get a Class C1 title. Now it's on to the Class C overall championship, which will be played this weekend in Syracuse. In fact, it'll be Friday night. I don't know when you're logging on, but if it is early in the day Friday, head to NBT Stadium and cheer on the Falcons, who will take on Bishop Grimes at 4:30. Cobras actually beat Beaver River to get to this game. Cobra, such an awesome name, isn't it? We have a lot of weird ones. Cobras, very cool. That's Bishop Grimes. So it's Falcons with South Louis, Cobras with Bishop Grimes for that championship game. The only team so far to claim a title goes to one from Turin, pretty far out in Lewis County. Also, softball, a couple of teams as of this taping still alive. You have Sandy Creek and Copenhagen. Class C is Sandy Creek. Comets on fire, another great year. Coach Fowler just continually pumps out great teams, great players. Likely, I think the Comets will at least get to the title game in Class C and probably on to states. It's a very loaded program and a very loaded team. Copenhagen Class D, I don't know. It's a team that I thought was seated pretty low. I thought, given Brooke Spalding and you know all the powerhouse players that Copenhagen has, specifically Spalding on the mound, I thought Copenhagen would be a higher seed. Unfortunately, it fell to the 5th spot in the semifinals, has to play Stockbridge Valley, the top team in Class D. Copenhagen could very well win that game, but It's going to be tough to get through the semis and then into the championship game, but at least they are still alive. And by the way, Copenhagen in 2 sectional games so far has not allowed a single run. I'll say that again because I screwed it up a little bit. Copenhagen hasn't allowed a run in sectional play so far. Sandy Creek, for its part, has only allowed 9, and it's put up, I think, something like 41 runs. So chances. Both teams definitely have chances to bring home more titles to the North Country, but it will be difficult, I think more so for Copenhagen than for Sandy Creek, but you never know. And of course, we'll have more on that next week right here on the web version and on my radio show, which airs on Fox Sports Radio 1410 every Friday morning from 7 to 9 a.m. How about that? Synergy, web show, radio show, watch them, listen, and hopefully you'll get informed on all things local sports. Let's hit a commercial break. Speaking of local, we're going to go away from Scholastic. We're going to go collegiate. We'll talk baseball, Watertown Rams, season right around the corner. In fact, it's next week. Let's get you previewed with that up next here on Matt McSports Fix. I know what you're thinking. You want your business's name right here, actually right here. I'm a little Vanna White now, each and every week on this program. I know you want that, and here's how you can do it. Email us, newvisions@gmail.com, newvisions@gmail.com. Get your business's name right over here. I'll get this whole chroma key down eventually. Every week, right there, and it'll help us put a spotlight on these players, on these teams, on these communities. We need your help to do it, though, and you can also get a little exposure. How about that? newvisions@gmail.com. All right, baseball season. We had sectionals earlier. Now it's on to collegiate play. It is Watertown Rams baseball in action. In fact, the season starts next week. That's Wednesday, June 4th, on the road at Adirondack, and then it all kicks off at the fairgrounds Thursday, June 5th, against Adirondack. At the fairgrounds, first pitch is sometime around 7-ish, and each and every day practically for the next month and a half at the fairgrounds, when not on the road, the Rams will be putting on great baseball. It's a collegiate team comprised of players from around the country, and they all come together and for, again, about a month and a half, 2 months, put on a fantastic show at the fairgrounds. Season tickets on sale, single game tickets on sale. All you have to do is check out the website, and that's watertownrams.com, watertownrams.com. And I'm sure Todd Kirky, the GM over there, will be more than happy to accommodate you to get you into the fairgrounds to watch the team. I don't know a whole lot about the team right now. The roster is being finalized still. That's the issue with collegiate baseball, summertime teams, is you're trying to get players and some commit and then other things happen. It really is an ordeal. We'll talk to Todd, again, who manages that team, at least the general manager aspect. We'll talk to Todd, I'm sure, throughout the season. But it's fascinating to see how the team can go from nothing to then all of a sudden on the field, 9 positional players, a pitcher. It's fascinating, and we'll get into it more. But I do recommend it. It's always a great time. That third base crew, in terms of fans at the fairgrounds, always a ton of fun. And if you go down there, you know exactly who I'm talking about. There's a group of about 3 guys each and every game, and usually by the end of the game, they are hoarse because they've just been yelling and maybe tipping a few back also. But it is family fun, too, and I do recommend getting down there. I'm very excited about it. I'll be there a lot. Hopefully you will. And if you can't actually get to the games, New Visions actually will have the games for you, each and every one. I think even road trips. Newvisions.com will have all of these games. So a lot of baseball, a lot of opportunity. I talk about it a lot. We lose things here. We take things for granted a lot. It's easy to rip local. You can probably rip me. It's a local guy. What's he know? You can rip the Rams. A local team, players, whatever. But go and take advantage. It's fun. It's Watertown. There's not a whole lot of opportunities to do things. This is absolutely one of them. I recommend it. So that's my spiel. I'll get off the soapbox and we'll hit a commercial break. But do check out watertownrams.com for more info. And again, as I said, later on throughout the season, we'll have more with the team. Let's take a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll put a bow on this edition. We'll get you set for next week right here on Matt McSports Fix, powered by newvisions.com. All right, I know you're sad to see me go, but I've got to get out of here. I do, though, want you to contact me. I'm lonely. I say it every week. I want your thoughts, your feedback. Email me, mattmicksportsfix@yahoo.com. Look how that comes right up on the screen. Isn't that amazing? mattmicksportsfix@yahoo.com. Let me know of any players, teams, anything you want discussed. If you want an interview with someone, if you want some just video footage of sports, I mean, let's not get crazy here. We will get out there and we will absolutely do that. I just need to know. So let us know, let me know at mattmicksportsfix@yahoo.com. Now, next week on the program, as I said, we'll have more of a continuation of the coverage with sectional baseball and softball. Hopefully, we have more championships to discuss. And we will also have we'll have some type of update. I don't know how concrete on the Watertown Privateers. I talked about the Rams this week. Red and black season's coming up shortly. The Privateers, the professional hockey team, a lot of changes, a lot of turmoil right now around that franchise. Who knows what's going to happen, but I think by next week we will have a better idea of whether or not there will be pro hockey in the North Country next year. I think by that time we will have something. It's a little bit of a tease. It's what we like to call a little tease in the computer web business. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get out of here. For everyone behind the scenes, I'm Matt McClusky. Again, thank you so much for logging on. Hopefully you do this each and every week and tell your friends because we need you. It's Matt Mick Sports Fix, powered by newvisions.com. That's newvisions.com. We'll see you next week.